it's me, Fuzzy Polkadot, and today's video is going to be another Q&A. Now, I apologize that it's been so long since I made a video. I was planning on getting a new SD card for my camera. Oh yeah! Okay, quick story. So, as you know, I like to complain about my camera a lot because it constantly stops recording after like 5 seconds of film and then just stops. And I've been trying to resolve this for a very long time, and finally I realized that it was my SD card. Turns out my old one was not up to par for my camera. So I went on eBay the other day, more like the other week. It's been a couple weeks and I was hoping it would come in last week. So now I finally get to film and my camera works and I don't have to cut any clips now. I can just do it in the editing and I don't have to keep reaching over to keep starting my camera. Okay, so I will be answering a few of your questions that you guys sent in to Instagram and Twitter, so let's get started. Hey Fuzzy Polkadot, you're like one of my favorite YouTubers, thank you very much. My question is, what's your favorite hamster YouTuber? So as you know, I love a lot of hamster YouTubers. There are honestly too many to name. If you go on that little section on my YouTube channel, which has all my favorite channels, you can just see some of my favorite channels there. And I promise you, if you click one of those and there are channels listed on that channel, those channels are probably my favorite too. Hopefully that's not confusing, but any hamster channel and any animal channel, I just love all of those channels. But most specifically, I would have to say my best friend Hopping Hammy, Chocolate Colors 26, and Aaron's Animals. What is your favorite pet store? I would have to say Petco, and I guess this is only because I like their stock better than PetSmart, and also because they are the only ones that sell Hazel Hamster, which is my favorite hamster food to give to Muffin, so that's why I like Petco. Can you please do a room tour? I really want to do a room tour, but currently my room needs some redecorating and some cleaning up because it's extremely messy right now, and as long as I can get that done, it's probably going to be in the next 6 months. I don't really have a certain time frame. It might be quite a while, but I hope in the future someday I do get to do a room tour. Do you ever think you will get another hamster in the future? Yes, I do. After Muffin passes, I would definitely want another hamster. I would also want 2 hamsters at one time, not just Muffin, so definitely I will always want to have a hamster. Are you going to get another hamster or pet? Not as of currently, but I would like to get a second hamster besides Muffin, hopefully in the future, because I definitely want to have 2 hamsters at one time. Do you like being a YouTuber and why? Yes, I do like being a YouTuber. I think it's super fun to be able to make your own videos however you'd like, and it can be on your own hobbies. It's just a fun thing to do to get away from school, and I don't know, I just really love doing it, and I love watching other people do it, and it's very inspiring, and you guys can learn a little bit about me and Muffin. I just think it's really cool that I can connect to my fans through a camera, so it's really cool. Would you rather have a dwarf or Syrian hamster if you were going to get one in the future? I always want to have a Syrian. I feel like if I don't always have a Syrian, it just won't be the same. So I would always want to have a Syrian, and if I could get a second hamster, I would definitely want a dwarf, and most specifically, I would be leaning more towards a Rubberovsky hamster. What made you want Fuzzy Polkadot as your YouTube name? This is kind of complicated. I wanted something that was catchy and different, so I literally just looked around my room, tried to think of an adjective and a noun. It just kind of happened. There really wasn't much inspiration for that. How did you first get into hamsters? So flashback to like over a decade, I used to watch Hamtaro, which was this little animated hamster show, and it was really cute, and I watched that when I was really young. Later on, I got into Zuzu Pets, which are those little electronic hamsters. They used to be really big in like 2009-ish, and I had a ton of those and I really loved those. And then 2 years ago about, my best friend had wanted a couple hermit crabs, so I was kind of inspired by that and I wanted to get some hermit crabs myself. So I went on the PetSmart site and started making little lists of different things that I wanted for my own hermit crab, and there was this ad that popped up on the side, and it was a hamster ad, and I was like, I love hamsters. I've always loved hamsters. So then I started getting this crazy idea that I could maybe get a hamster instead, but I thought that would be a lot more difficult to convince my mom to get a hamster, and just, I don't know. I got into hamsters and I got into researching about them. A couple months later, I ended up saving up about $200 for Muffin, and at that point I was able to buy everything I wanted and I got Muffin. So that's how I got into hamsters. What is your favorite hamster coloring? I had always said that my favorite hamster coloring was a cream banded. That was what I had originally wanted to get. Muffins, I love Muffin's coloring too, cream without the band, but I really like cream banded, and I also really like tortoiseshell hamsters. I think that they're very pretty too. Are Syrians hard to own or easy? Taming and price-wise, cage food toys, etc. So this can kind of depend. For taming, I kind of got lucky with Muffin because she was quite easy to tame, but all Syrians might not be as easy as she was, and they might give you a harder time. This kind of varies, but typically they are easier to tame than other dwarfs. They're probably about the same cost for food and bedding and cages because the cage size minimum is exactly the same, 360 square inches or bigger. So they'll be pretty close to the same price range. Which I think is around $100 if you were to spend very wisely and get cheap bedding that's safe enough and that kind of thing. I spent $200 initially for Muffin, like I had said previously, but I think I got a little bit carried away. They're pretty easy to own, I would say, and they're a little bit calmer and tamer for beginners. Would you consider getting a rat? Yes, I think I would. I would consider getting any rodent. I really like rats. They're super cute and super intelligent, and my mom likes rats, so that makes it a lot easier. I guess in the future I would get a rat if I had the time and the money and the space, so I guess so. Why did you call your hamster Muffin? Muffin was a name I had picked out earlier for a cream hamster. I wanted a cream banded, so I was kind of thinking Muffin would work for a cream banded. I ended up seeing a really cute cream hamster, and I was like, oh, she's too cute to pass up, I really want her, and she ended up being a Muffin too, and Muffin is also a name that can work for both genders, so it just kind of worked out that Muffin could work for her, and I really liked the name Muffin. Are you still planning to do videos? Yes, I am. I only have enough time in the summers and on breaks to do videos, except for this weekend. This video is the exception because I'd promised it to you guys a few weeks ago, and my SD card for my camera wasn't in, and I couldn't do it, so here it is now. I'm making time on Saturdays, but typically it is in the summers and on different breaks throughout the school year. Have you ever broken a bone? No, I have not, and I've never sprained anything, but a couple of my friends have. I guess I've just been lucky. I don't really do much to have this happen to me. I don't usually like fall downstairs or do crazy things, so nope, I have never broken a bone. How many hamsters have you had, and what was your first hamster's name and species? My first hamster's name and species is Muffin. She is a Syrian hamster. Muffin is my first hamster, if you guys did not know. When is Muffin's birthday? I adopted Muffin on July 2nd of 2013, and she was born on June 2nd, 2013. Who are your best friends on YouTube, and when can you make a past and present hamsters video? I will make a past and present hamster video in the very far future because Muffin is the only hamster I've ever had, so I can't really do that video. My best friend is Hopping Hammy. I'm really close with her. I think she is just an amazing person, and she is my best friend on YouTube. And I do have a few other friends as well. Have you ever considered getting guinea pigs? I love guinea pigs, and I have considered it. Not a serious consideration, like actually owning one anytime soon, but later in the future I would really like to own a guinea pig because I have owned rabbits and hamsters. Well, one hamster, so I would like to own a guinea pig, yes. How did you get into photography? Now, I've been into photography and videography for a very long time. I've loved videos since I was like 4 or 5, and photography kind of started happening when I was about 9-ish. I had taken this sunset photo, which I had ended up taking on a very cheap digital camera, but it ended up looking really cool, and I think ever since that photo, I've just really been into photography. Do you watch any non-hamster YouTube channels? If so, what are they? Okay, let's see if I can name all these. Bethany Moda, Meredith Foster, Zoella, Tyler Oakley, Troy Sivan, Connor Franta, Pointless Blog, Thatcher Joe, Marcus Butler, Casper Lee, Jim Chapman, Tanya Burt, and Sprinkle of Glitter. Those are my wide variety of channels I typically like to watch when I have spare time, besides hamster videos and other pet videos. If you could meet any YouTuber, not just pet YouTubers, who would it be? I actually feel like it would be quite realistic to meet Hopping Hammy. We have talked a little bit, like if I were to go to the Land of Sweets, which is not that far off Petland, then I would definitely do that, and we would have a meetup and we'd probably film it and it would be super duper fun. And I think I would definitely meet Hopping Hammy because we can. I would say for the other YouTubers, if I could, I'll choose a male and a female. For female YouTubers, I would have to say Bethany Moda, because I just really love her channel and she's so sweet, and I really love her videos. They're super helpful. I have some of her clothes from her clothing line, which I actually have worn videos before, and also the Fox phone case that I'm using right now is also Bethany Moda's, and I just think she's really cool and I would love to meet her. And for male YouTubers, I would have to say Troye Sivan. I just really like him. He's multi-talented, he makes really hilarious videos, and I just think he would be a super cool guy to meet. He seems like he'd be a really nice person as well, and I really love his older videos, so I would have to say Bethany Moda, Troye Sivan, and Hopping Hammy. Many people also wanted to see Muffin and know how she was doing, so I'm gonna go get her now. So here she is. She's doing well. She's just, she's slow like any regular old hamster is because she's almost 2 years old, and she's pretty healthy otherwise. Also, I'll insert a few pictures from the past few months from Instagram that I've taken of Muffin because they're super cute and you guys might not have seen them. I'm sorry I couldn't answer all of your questions, but this has been a super long video and I tried to get through as many as I could. I won't be back until about the end of June or July when school ends because finals are coming up and there's no way I will have time from now until June. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye! Wait. I went to go do this and I don't have to anymore. If you could meet any YouTuber, I used to watch, actually no, well, no. Hi Mom. Can you shut the door? And a couple months later, I ended up and a couple months later, what is this lisp? And what was the second part of the question? It was, oh my gosh.